Every real estate team leader eventually hits the same wall. The business can't grow past the one person everyone still calls for everything.
I talk to team leaders sometimes where they're helping all of their agents write all of the contracts. They're going on all of their appointments.
And that person pays for it at night, on vacation, every time the phone rings.
You'll be able to rest at night and not think, oh my gosh, I hope a deal's not blowing up and I'm supposed to be saving it.
The fix isn't answering every question yourself. It's teaching your team which question goes to who.
Is if I have a problem, who do I call? Is it a broker question? Is it a team leader question? Are you a real estate agent or team leader that is feeling burnt out because you're trying to sell, but you're also trying to be your entire operations team? If so, this video's for you. What we're gonna talk about today, and by the end of this video, hopefully you're gonna have an idea as a burned out producer on how to fix task triage, how to delegate to other people, how to install weekly operation cadence so that you know exactly what you should be doing and your team and your operations know what they should be doing so that hopefully you can buy back your time. Because let's be real, as real estate agents, we want to be busy, we want to build this business, but then the bigger we build it, we typically want to go the other direction. So that's what we're going to talk about today. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mega Agent Academy. I run one of the #1 teams with eXp Realty, and it's my goal to help agents grow their business all across not only the US, but also the world. Feel free to reach out to me below if you like anything in this video, if you want to look at what it looks like to partner with us, and if there's anything I can do to help your business in general, feel free to reach out. So the reason I'm building this video today is because I feel like this was one of the biggest challenges that I had to be able to get out of production day to day. So our team does about 100 million in sales each and every year. In our market, that translates to about a few hundred transactions because our average price point is lower than in a lot of markets. I'm actually out of Richmond, Virginia. But what I had a hard time doing was, as I built the team, getting the team selling enough that I could start taking myself out of the day-to-day operations. So if you were running a team, maybe it's a smaller team right now, maybe you're starting to grow, maybe you're already 10 plus, 15 plus agents, my recommendation is to get out of actual production. You need to have at least 25 agents. That is my number. If you think I'm wrong, I'd love to hear your comments below on why, but that is what I found was necessary. So I am fully out of production at this point. We have over 30 agents on our team, but last year I was still actively selling and operating and managing. I did 60 personal deals last year in addition to running the team and all the other businesses. Here are some things that I think that you should be doing to buy back your time to make sure that you are not the point person on each and every thing. So we're going to run through some bullet points. First and foremost, I imagine if you're watching this video, if you're building a team, you already have a transaction coordinator. If so, that's great. If you are also in production and you do not already have another kind of production assistant, somebody helping you with day to day, I would recommend looking at somebody to be in operations on a salary that is not your transaction coordinator. Now, I'm not talking about a listing coordinator for your agents. I'm not talking about a buyer's coordinator for your buyer's agents. I'm not talking about ISAs. I'm not talking about cold calling salespeople. I'm simply talking about a personal assistant managerial operator for you in your business. Because if you're still selling, and I imagine most of you that are watching this video are likely still selling, the first thing you need to buy yourself out of is those day-to-day selling tasks. So you should not be writing contracts. You should not be showing homes. You should not be sitting at home inspections. You should not be going to closings. You should not be going to final walkthroughs. You should not be organizing repairs or hiring and quoting repairs. All of that stuff can be hired away immediately. And I guarantee if you want to stay in production, then if anything, your production will exponentially grow. So if you find that you're the bulk of the sales on your team, if you find that you're doing most of the work, if you put that into place first, you can at least continue to grow your sales and not be bottlenecked by your own production while trying to grow the actual team. The second thing you have to figure out is, are you the person that your agents go to for everything? I talk to team leaders sometimes where they're helping all of their agents write all of the contracts. They're going on all of their appointments. They're helping them do input. They're helping them do paperwork. They're helping them submit. Literally every single question that they have runs through that team leader. The next thing I would recommend you guys do, if you haven't already, set up a team text chat in an app like WhatsApp. Do not use a text string because you cannot remove and add people at tandem. So every time you add somebody new in your text string, you're gonna have to start another feed. It gets rid of the old messages. It also makes it so once you hit 20 plus, you actually can't use a text string anymore. So use something like WhatsApp. That's what we use. We actually use that within our EXP organizations as well as our brokerage, because we have open house chats, we have off-market chats, we have general chats for the agents within our brokerage so that they can reach out for help, for contracting, for whatever they may need. Do that within your team. And I say that whether you have 1 agent, 2 agents, 5 agents, 10 agents, 50 agents, build out a group text message for everyone, because it is very likely that 75 to 80% of the questions that you will encounter from your team agents, somebody else on your team already knows the answer. So if you find that your smaller team, maybe 3 agents, 5 agents, 6 agents, and everybody's just coming to you automatically, make sure you build that chat out and make sure you build into their process to say, hey, you really need to reach out to the team chat first, because if I can't answer the phone, they'll be able to do so. And I'm in the chat as well. So if I know the answer, I can still be quick to respond to give you the answer. And if there's other agents in the chat that didn't know the answer, they don't have to call me again for that same question because they just got it answered as well. So that's going to be a huge game changer. If you haven't done it already, it sounds simple, but a lot of teams I talk to have not done that simple thing. Now, the next thing is what happens on a bottleneck side with the team is onboarding. And it's a place where we've struggled with. We've had to continue to make systems and processes to make it easier, especially because sometimes we onboard 4 or 5 agents at a time. What I would recommend doing and what we're currently building out for our team agents right this second is a back-end training account through Skool. That's what we're using. That's Alex Hermosi's platform. It's SKOOL. We already have a Skool platform. I run a course on how to not pay taxes as a real estate agent and build wealth. That's built into our Skool account. We also run a weekly coaching call every week, and that's built into a Skool account. So since we already have the Skool account, what we're doing now is adding in a team Skool account. So the only people that have access, and it's free access obviously, will be those that come onto the team. They onboard in. And then you can either film the video yourself or you can have somebody on your team do it. Your operations person, if you have that person, maybe your transaction coordinator, if there's certain things that are transaction related that maybe are below or above your pay grade, depending on how you look at it, or you can have them record these things. But this is where you can go in and you can just record a video. Now you could use something like Zoom. I use an application called Ecamm. Ecamm lets you record your screen in high def. So if you're gonna have a slide deck, if you're gonna share your screen, if you wanna have, the video of yourself on there too, it's all gonna be high definition. It's cleaner than a Zoom file. And ultimately you can go in there and you can build videos for whatever you want. So I would build a video for how to run a CMA on a property. I would run a video for how to write your first buyer's agreements and contracts. I would do a video on how to do your first listing agreement, how to do the input in MLS, how to use the MLS to set up a search. What does your listing appointment process look like? What does your buyer consult process look like? All of these things should be videos. And so we're working on building all of that out now so that anytime someone comes on, we can put them into that automatically. The next thing we use Claude to build it, and we are currently still tweaking it, but we have built out an entire onboarding guide. So again, when you bring on a new agent, it is likely that you probably get overwhelmed and inundated with the really simple questions from just getting their licensing through. Again, your assistant should be doing that at this point. You should have somebody doing that if you're not already, but setting up team emails, setting up the CRM. What softwares are you using, right? We use things like Fellow, Shiloh, Vulcan 7, RedX, right? Depending on what we're using, everything has different logins. So to have one onboarding guide that has an access to whether it's a Google file folder that has all of your team documents in it, that has all of the logins that they're going to need in it, that has all the instructions for all of the software that they're supposed to be signing into, that they're supposed to be getting accounts to, any kind of learning sections, right? Within our CRM, we have a knowledge knowledge base. So the first thing we have our agents do is run through those knowledge base questions so that they're not calling us with very simple questions about our real estate CRM. These are all little things that may sound really simple, but when we talk to most teams, they're not doing it. And in all honesty, we weren't doing a lot of this stuff for a long time, because what gets you to 2 or 3 agents is totally different than what you need when you have 10 agents, which is totally different than once you have 20 or 30 or 40 agents and you're trying to get out of production. So the reality is maybe what you were doing up until this point worked, but it's likely not working now. So really keep that in mind and make sure that you're doing what you need to do to build these systems in to get your processes in order. Now, let's say you've really started to scale. Maybe now you've got, 20 plus agents, 25 agents. You're starting to scale out of actual production. Maybe you're scaling out of some of the day-to-day operations. Maybe you're trying to get questions to not come through you at all. Maybe you're just doing visionary work. Maybe you're not in the office every day, but you're still getting pounded with those phone calls. The next thing we incorporated was a mentorship program. So ultimately, who are your best agents on the team? Who are the ones that are willing to reach out, that want to help their fellow agents, that you can essentially assign to your new agents when they come on board? Now, again, you have to incentivize, right? It'd be really nice if people just wanted to do it for free. And a lot of times, for the most part, because of our core values, most of our agents are willing to help out for free. But the reality is they shouldn't have to. You're making money as the team leader. Everybody's in this to make cash. Anytime they spend mentoring agents, it's time taken away from their own sales business. So you have to figure out what you think is a fair trade to assign these mentors. But the way we are doing it now is if you are a new agent and you are coming on board with us, we will assign you a mentor for your first 3 deals. If you want it for more, you can have it for more. But we have noticed that most agents come in and then they get frustrated. They don't want to give up extra money, but the reality is they show a house, it's Saturday, it's 9 o'clock. They're trying to get a hold of people. They don't know what to do. They haven't watched the videos, and they really need to have another person, because if it's only you as the team leader, keep in mind, how sustainable is that as you grow? Do you want to have to do that for the rest of your life when you're dealing with all of the other bigger problems that come from running and managing a team, right? So the way we do it is we have our normal team splits that are on top of whatever we agreed to. Again, that's up to you guys on your team splits. And then we take 10% off the top and we pay it to the mentor out of the new agent's commission on their first 3 deals. If it's a $10,000 commission, the mentor is going to make $1,000 for helping them do the paperwork, for helping them get the input done, for making sure that they're following the process. The mentors are happy because, if they help 2-3 new agents do 2 or 3 new deals, they make an extra $10,000, $12,000 for the year, 15 grand. So it gives them some extra money. Again, as you're building leaders, you want your leaders to want to do these things, right? So if they want to be in a leadership role, if they're looking to maybe run a team of their own at some point, it gives them a little bit of taste of that to see, hey, is this where I want to go with my business? And then the flip side is now you're going to buy back a lot of those new agent questions, trying to get an MLS, trying to get input done. And again, this isn't to say that as a team leader, you just want to walk off and sit on a beach and never be seen again. We know that to run a team, you need to be typically in the trenches in some way. You have to be with your people. You have to motivate your people. Your vision has to be clearly seen. And if you leave, typically your vision leaves, right? So running a real estate team is really hard to walk away and never be seen again. That's not why I run a team. I want to help my people grow. But part of this is really wrapping your head around highest and best use. Likely when you started selling houses, you thought to yourself, I have to show every house. I have to go to every closing. I have to wrap every gift and take it to my people personally, right? And then maybe you started to realize that you really didn't have to do all of that stuff yourself, that you could delegate a lot of stuff. And not only did business go well, it went better. You bought time back. Your life got easier, it got less stressful. This is the same way. Sometimes we think if I'm not here to answer every call that every team person I have has, or if I don't help them write every contract, then they're just gonna leave. And you may lose some. But the reality is your good agents will realize that there is a highest and best use to their team leader. Likely that is high-level business questions. That is a really difficult deals. Maybe it's teaching them different assets of the business. Maybe you're the only one on the team that knows commercial well, or land development, or investments. Again, some of these things that are a little more niche and specialized, maybe someone on your team can teach it, but you may have to come in and use your expertise. In fact, that's why a lot of people join our team, because we give them the opportunity to sell commercial real estate, to develop land, to do these things, to get active flips, to do cash offers. And so a lot of teams aren't offering these things. So my knowledge is needed a lot of times. But as each system gets built out, each thing that delegates somebody, whether it's an operations manager, whether it's the transaction desk, transaction coordinator, whether it's the team chat, whether it's a mentor, maybe you have an integrator on your team like we have on our team. Really, the real question that you want all of your agents to ask, and this is a good team meeting that you can have with your agents, is if I have a problem, who do I call? Is it a broker question? Is it a team leader question? Is it a team agent question? A mentor question? A transaction coordinator question? Heck, maybe it's a closing company question or a lender question. You have to get your agents to start thinking for themselves and realizing that not every question is a team leader question. Once your team starts to get that, you will notice that they will get more productive. You will hear from them less on the less important things. You will notice that they're more appreciative of the time you do give them because they value it. They realize why they should be reaching out to you, and you will be able to actually enjoy your life a little bit, right? You'll be able to go on a vacation and not get 14 phone calls a day. You'll be able to rest at night and not think, oh my gosh, I hope a deal's not blowing up and I'm supposed to be saving it. So keep in mind everything we talked about today. Put in place the right people, build out your chats, build out your onboarding process, build out any kind of training videos, training files, and things like that. And then make sure you give streamlined access as people come on. Hopefully that will help you to do a nice bottleneck audit. See where you are in your business, see how much of this stuff you really need to implement. And maybe you're doing great. Maybe you're already an 8 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10, but you can still feel that crunch, or you still worry about, man, if I get any bigger, is it going to be more difficult? If you find that you're outgrowing your current systems, you got to fix it. So hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully you got something out of it to implement into your team. And if you'd like to ask more questions about our onboarding, our guides, how we're building our videos out, anything like that, how we're running our organizational charts with the people that are running our business, the hires that we have, the employees that we have, you're welcome to reach out to me. All of my contact information is below. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again on Mega Agent Academy.